If you're in Africa, go back to your mother's land in the village. Go back to where your ancestors lived. Start planting carrots, start planting peppers, start planting fruit trees, because that's what your children are going to eat. Start planting mango trees, because when it grows, you are going to use those fruits, you are going to sell them, and you are going to make money. And guess what? You will never lack food, because what? You will take the seed and actually plant more. Start planting bananas, start planting plantains, start planting. Like I said, farming is the only way. Welcome back to this video. For those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Terry, and I guess I'm a Cameroonian, and I live in the United States. And guys, in this video I want to talk about how farming is the only way to go. Not even farming, but you see these people having a homestead. I guess you can call that. Just buy your land cash, buy your land in cash, build your own house. And if you live in Africa, or let's say the misconception is people want to build houses with a lot of money. Guys, we can build houses from soil. We can build houses from ground. We can build houses with wood. We can build cheap and affordable houses that benefit us, right? But I want to say that is the only way to go, because the way the system has been working, it is working so good that everybody is struggling. I've lived in America for 10 years. I came here 2015 and went to school, go to college. I was forced to go to college multiple times. I dropped out multiple times because when I'm sitting in class, the X and Y, the how do you call that, algebra, calculus nonsense that was going on, I said I want to be educated to feed myself. I don't want to be educated with cramming stuff, and then they'll put you in, oh, this person has A grade, this person has a B grade, this person has a C grade. I felt something in me tell me it wasn't right. Maybe it's just my gut feeling, my ancestors in me, because I know that when I see something, I know in the past lives, my forefathers was not occupying this bullshit in their brain. It's just distraction. And funny enough, when I was young, I used to be very creative. I used to build things with my hands. We used to build guns with wood. We used to play with tires, enjoy, very creative people. But then, because of so much school, so much so-called education, I can't even think for myself anymore. All I can finish when I finish school is to apply for jobs and look for jobs. You're not even creative enough to start business. That's one thing Africans don't understand. If you're in Africa, people have so many talents. You can just start a business easily. You have skills like cleaning, you can cook, you can go to the farm and plant. That is what we need right now. And farming is the only way to go, because if you're in Africa and you have land, maybe your forefathers' land, or you have to go back to the village, guys. That's the most important thing. I live next to the airport, so that's a southwestern plane going by, which is funny because they used to give free bags, carry-on bags for free, but now they don't do that anymore. Who is it benefiting? It's not benefiting the consumers, it's benefiting them, because they are charging for it now and it makes them more money. But us, we just have to spend more money. That's how they say the economy that is happening right now. Like, any person that you see is going to work. Look at my friend, she's going to work right now, and she can't even, and she's, hello, heading to work, have fun. We have scooter. This is literally this is America, guys. This is America. My last video I was talking about how people live in a house and they can't even afford it. If you can afford it, maybe you cannot afford a car, and she's working full time. That's it. Like, the pay is not, people think you come to America as an immigrant and you'll be rich. Think again, because even the Americans are struggling. So the top elite, the few people are getting richer, and the majority of people are getting poorer. The poor gets poorer, the rich get richer. That's how it is. People that cannot afford basic things, it's crazy. Very soon we're not gonna be able to eat, to afford square meals, 3 meals a day, which I don't even believe in eating so much, because once they advertise this cereal, breakfast, this and that, they're also advertising you to buy packaged food. You are buying packaged food. Everything around me that I see is kind of wrong. Anything that I see, people are advertising food for you to eat more when you can barely afford rent. And why are you eating more? So you can be fat. And when you're fat, guess what? You have to suffer. Your health is going to suffer because we're not supposed to eat that much. Now you are going to buy a soft chair in Temu or Amazon just to sit down and relax. Why will you sit down and be relaxed? We're meant to walk with our legs. That's why God gave us two legs, two hands. We're meant to move around and do things. So the system is not meant. That's why I'm saying that farming is good, because farming, you can actually, although you have tools, you can incorporate technology, you can have a water irrigation system, but we don't need to start with all of that. But when you start, you are moving, you are walking on the land, you are feeding yourself, you are basically active, right? We were made, right, with our body like this is made from the soil, because when we die, that's why they bury us under the ground. 70% of our body is made of water. Our blood, our water inside flowing. That's why water is the healthiest thing we can consume, right? The food that we consume, we have to make sure also that is fresh, that is just coming like from the soil, right? Like apples, bananas, vegetables, chickens. Yes, good things. We consume good things also. So we have to think, when you come to a foreign land, you are not gonna be given land. If you don't have land, think about what's happening in the slums. Like I said, people are tied up in spaces, people are crowded, people are forced to pay bills because they don't have land. Once you have land on your own, people cannot disturb you. But then there's another catch. When you come to America and buy land, there's always these laws. Let's say you buy my land around here, people will be like, there's a zoning law. Let's say I'm rearing my chickens. They'll be like, you cannot raise chickens here because blah 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 blah. Either they'll be making noise, or they don't want this, they don't want that, they don't want the smell. So it is not really freedom. This is a first world country, guys, that I'm talking about. America is supposed to be the first world country. First world country, you don't even have freedom of speech. You think you have freedom of speech. If you say your mind, people will say you are being thought progressive, it's hurting them, you are being this and that. Bullshit. Everything that we do, bullshit. So we have to come together, we have to think critically, and we have to think about how we have to go back to, like I said, AI, not artificial intelligence, but what? Ancient intelligence. This is another my friend. She's going to work. She's Cameroonian too. I don't know if you can see her. Princess, how now? I'm fine, oh. At the record video. Enjoy now. Enjoy your day. I'll go on over 10. You too. This is exactly what I'm talking about. When you see people outside living in this so-called first world country, they are going to work. They are so busy doing some nonsense stuff that they don't even like. Some people are going to work just to pay bills. Like I said, when you are going to work, not just to pay your bills, but make sure that, look, your expenses are less. Because when your bills are less, you'll be less stress-free. You'll be more stress-free, right? You'll be less stressed. And then guess what? If you have a goal in mind, oh, I'm working this hard just so I can invest in something bigger than myself. You are sacrificing your time now for the time that you want to have in future, for your generation that's going to come. Not just saying that you work, pay bills for 40 years, and then you retire. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. First, they can fire you anytime. Second, you can die anytime. People don't understand. This life, tomorrow is not promised. So we have to make sure that the things that we are doing today is what we want to do, right? The life that we are living today, we have to just be intentional. Just take care of the people around you. Take care of nature. Take care of your surroundings, guys. That is the most important thing. With that being said, let me know you guys' thought. That's my thought that I have. I've been here. I've seen how I work so much, but then just to eat healthy, just to eat the food that I have to eat, is costing me about $100 every month, right? Some people, this is even, for me, it's even small, because I'm spending like $30 for groceries every week, or sometimes $40 to $50. But some people are spending way more. So food is so expensive. Then think about it. If you're a father who has like 4 children and you are paying for all those 4 children's food, you will be struggling in this country. Although you'll be making a little bit more or more, everything is going out because the system is meant to take away. It's called capitalist. Capitalist means the few people profit. It's all about profit. If your employer can pay you the minimum, that's why there's a minimum wage, guys. And guess what? That's the minimum wage. They're not going to increase it next year. You stay in that minimum wage. And if the company happens to make so much profit and bonuses, you are not getting any of that. That's the society that we live in. This is the first world country that we live in. And guess who are the one paying a lot of taxes? The workers. You work so much, and even though you are working overtime, you are just going to be taxed more. Where is your tax money going to? Your tax money is going to the military. Your tax money is going to police. Your tax money is going to people that are fighting war, to buy this war equipment just so they can conquer and control other places. Your tax money is going to building this beautiful street that you see, thinking that it's beautiful, but you are not even sitting there and looking at it. You are just driving past it or walking past it, where to go to work that you'll be making more money just to pay for it again. Man, if everything is against you, if everything is set not for you to prosper, like I said, why are you coming to a foreign land to be a citizen? Just so you can be called African American. This your black skin will never disappear. This your black skin there will always be a name for it. America is the only country that wants to have a name for everything. It's a capitalist society, so they want to control everything. Any new disease that comes in, they will name it. Oh, this is called COVID-19. This is called this is called that. They don't want any second name. They don't want to adopt any other person's name. No, they want everything for themselves. So that is just the mindset. That's just it. If you can see through the bullshit, if you can see that the economic system is fucked up against you, it's not meant for you to prosper, then you understand what I'm talking about. With that being said, guys, let me know what you think. Farming is the only way to go. Like I said, if you're in Africa, go back to your mother's land in the village. Go back to where your ancestors lived. Start planting carrots, start planting peppers, start planting fruit trees, because that's what your children are going to eat. Start planting mango trees, because when it grows, you are going to use those fruits, you are going to sell them, and you are going to make money. And guess what? You will never lack food, because what? You will take the seed and actually plant more. Start planting bananas, start planting plantains, start planting. Like I said, farming is the only way. With that being said, peace out.